You know, we accomplish significant achievements when we partner together. Southwest Oklahoma District Church of the Nazarene has a rich history of doing just that, pulling together to do what individually we could not accomplish. Let me share with you an example from the past and a worthy achievement that awaits our conquest. Little did W.T. Johnson and the Southwest Oklahoma District know what a vital investment they were making when in the early 1950s they responded to missionaries' pleas to build a small church in the rural tobacco fields of Cuba. But that country church and its pastor became the key for the Church of the Nazarene in the dark political storm that raged for 20 years. Its membership ravaged, its worship services disrupted, its people denied social services by the government, and its pastors tortured and imprisoned. The Church of the Nazarene held on during what the Cubans call the dark days. The church built by Southwest Oklahoma held the work steady and gave courage to others. It became the anchor church for our work over the entire island. But today, our Cuban brothers and sisters feel cut off from the Nazarene family and sometimes forgotten. The political turmoil of our governments has affected the contact and support of the Church of the Nazarene International. Their buildings are in disrepair because of the lack of resources. Their pastors struggle to feed their families. Yet the churches are growing, and the current resources cannot possibly keep pace with the rapid advance and expansion. Since 1985, the number of organized churches has grown from 25 to over 100. The number of Nazarenes from 300 to 8,000. The number of preaching points is now nearing 500. This time of need for Cuba provides a great opportunity for us. Recently, while seeking permission from the Cuban government to rebuild that little country church, much to our amazement, the government instead offered the Church of the Nazarene a plot of very desirable land in a nearby growing city. At the same time, the two governments have agreed to allow religious groups like ours to enter and assist in the construction. The door is now wide open. We don't know how long it will remain so. Now is our time to rebuild the church once built by our grandparents. Who knows what storms lie ahead for our Cuban family? And who knows but God how this new investment will be used during those future days? We are asking you and your local church to pull together with us and invest $20,000 for the construction of this new church facility. We don't have much time. The political doors could swing shut at any moment. We have two teams all ready to invest their personal money and time in traveling from Southwest Oklahoma to Cuba to do the work. I just know that together we can accomplish this significant achievement. A few churches might give $5,000 or more, but most can give a few hundred or a few thousand. But whatever it is, together we will meet the need. We can all do something. Recently, while in Cuba assessing this opportunity, Betty and I heard a phrase, simple yet profoundly intriguing to me. It was a phrase used by the district superintendent of the Cuba district, and after what has happened politically in Cuba, I never thought I would hear these three simple words used in the same phrase in my lifetime. Cuba for Christ. That's what I heard him say. This is their objective and their prayer. Cuba for Christ. After seeing what the Holy Spirit is doing there, and after seeing the exciting openness of the people to respond to the gospel, and after witnessing the sacrificial service of our leaders in that land, I don't believe it's folly to say it, or to believe it. Cuba for Christ. And imagine we can be a part of this great movement. Will you please help us now? Will you join in the effort of Southwest Oklahoma to reestablish this great church? Please give our teams materials with which to work. $20,000 in only 2 months. But together we can. And the world and eternity will be different because we did. Cuba for Christ. Let's pull together and do all we can while the door is open.